The US is one of only a few countries. I think maybe there's three or so. It's just a handful of countries that doesn't use the International System of Units, called SI, or you may have also heard it as called the metric system. But the SI system is what it's called today. Here's just a basic table of units. We have the abbreviations here, and then these are the conversions themselves. So the conversion process is still the same that we can use for this. We're going to convert 4,200 grams, so 4,200 grams over 1. Grams is a mass measurement, and there's 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. In other words, I'm just taking 4,200 times 1,000. Grams cancel, and so I get 4,200,000 milligrams. Okay, 45 centimeters over 1. There are 100 centimeters in a meter, so I do 100 centimeters to 1 meter. Those cancel, and we're going to get 45 divided by 100. It's going to be 0.45 meters. And here we have 7,236,137 milliliters. Converted to liters, and then multiplied by, there are 1,000 milliliters to 1 liter. So 1,000 milliliters to 1 liter. We're just going to divide it by 1,000. We're going to get 7,236.137 liters. Okay, a person's pupillary distance, the distance from one pupil to the other, is 61 millimeters, and the distance from their pupil to the middle of their upper lip is 7 centimeters. Sorry. What is the distance, or which of these distances are longer? Well, there are 10 millimeters to 1 centimeter. So 7 centimeters. There's 10 millimeters to 1 centimeter is 70 millimeters. So this is 70 millimeters. This is 61 millimeters. That means the distance from the pupil to the upper lip is longer. Okay, the distance from Scottsdale to Las Vegas is 421 kilometers. Okay, and there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So 421 kilometers, 1,000 meters for 1 kilometer. Kilometers cancel. And we're just going to get 421,000 meters. And centimeters, there are 100 centimeters to 1 meter. So if we have 421,000 meters, and we'll convert that to centimeters, it's going to be 100 centimeters for 1 meter. Meters cancel, and we get this times 100. It's going to be 42,100,000 centimeters. Now, a tractor trailer has a mass of 18,245 kilograms. What is the mass in grams? There are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. That's the unit conversion there. So we're going to have 18,245 kilograms. 1,000 grams to 1 kilogram. And we get 18,245. I should say 18,245,000 grams for this tractor trailer. And hopefully what you've been seeing here is that it's very easy to convert inside the SI system. That's because all we're doing is we're just changing the decimal point. You can see that we went from 4,200 to 4,200,000, 45 to 0.45. This, we just moved the decimal point in 3 spaces. For every single one of these, I just moved the decimal point and added zeros or removed zeros. We don't actually use these conversions here in practice because they're not necessary for how the SI system works. It actually works based on prefixes, and the prefixes are all based on the base 10 system, which is what our number system is. Okay, and here I have a table kind of showing how these prefixes work. So we have the different place values of the numbers. So we have the ones, the tens, the hundreds, thousands, and the tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. You know, so like the decimal places, and then the larger and larger place values, just like how our number system works. And the ones place is going to be the meter, the liter, the gram. This is the units that we're going to be using here for length, volume or liquid capacity, and then weight. That's what we're seeing here. And then as we go to the larger units, so the tens, we're going to use deca, the prefix deca, so decameter, decaliter, decagram. That's going to be 10 times bigger than the base units, 10 times bigger than a meter. The hundreds is hecto, hectometer, hectoliter, hectogram, and then the thousands is kilo, so kilometer or kilometer, kiloliter, kilogram. They're 1,000 times bigger than the base unit. Likewise, if you go to the right, we're going to get the 10th space, which is deci, so decimeter, deciliter, decigram. The hundredths place is centa, centimeter, so on. Thousands is millimeter, and so on. So you can see here that I have this conversion here. 2.4 kilometers. 2.4 kilometers is the same thing as 24 hectometers, 240 decameters, 2,400 meters, 24,000 decimeters, 240,000 centimeters, and 2,400,000 millimeters. As I move this way, I'm moving to a smaller and smaller unit measurement, so I'm going to have more of them. What that does is I just move the decimal point as many steps as I want to move. So if I move it 1 step, I have this. If I move it 2 steps, it's the same as moving 1 step here, I have this. If I move it 3 steps, move 1 step here, I have this one, and so on. As I move to the right, I'm moving the decimal point to the right and making it a bigger and bigger number. Now, likewise, if I move this way, I'm moving from a smaller unit of measurement to a bigger unit of measurement. So I need less of them to measure the same quantity. So here I have 2,400,000 millimeters. If I move it to the centimeters, then that's the same thing as moving the decimal point 1 space to the left. Now I have 240,000. Move it one space again, I have this. Move 1 space again, I have this, and so on and so forth, and I get back to here. So that's how the metric system works between different conversions of within the system. Is all you're doing is you're moving the decimal point depending on if you're talking about which prefix you're talking about. So here I have kilometers to decimeters. I have kilometers to decimeters. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, 4 jumps. So all I have to do is move it 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. I'm moving to the right, so I'm going to move it to the right here. That's going to be 6, 7, 0, 0, 0. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm going to fill each empty space with a 0. So if I go backwards, right, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the left. Here's a decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to the left. 6.7 kilometers. That makes sense. So that's how you can convert between these two very easily. We have 0.004 centigrams, and we want to move up to decagrams. So we have centigrams to decagrams. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left, or we're going from a smaller unit of measurement to a bigger one. So I need less and less of it. So when I move this to the left, I said it's three spaces. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna add zeros in there. So we're gonna get 0.000004. So 0.004 centigrams is the same thing as 0.000004 decagrams. 835.4 hectoliters. Hectoliters are right here. And we're going to move to milliliters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 jumps to a smaller unit of measurement. So I'm going to have more of it. So we're going to do 5 jumps. So 1 and then 4 more. It's going to be 8, 3, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there was 4 more jumps and all those got 0 in there. So that's going to be 83,540,000 milliliters. Again, bigger unit of measurement to a smaller one, you're going to have a whole lot more. Smaller unit of measurement to a bigger one, you're going to have a whole lot less. All right, deciliter to kiloliter. Deca is right here. Kilo is here. I'm moving 1, 2 spaces to the left. I'm going to make it smaller. 1, 2 spaces to the left, 0.001, right underneath, since I need more space. 8379 kiloliters. All right, 1510 meters to millimeters, 1, 2, 3 spaces to the right. So 1, 2, 3 spaces, 1,510,000 millimeters is what I get for that one. And finally, 13.50 milligrams. Milligrams is here. And we want grams, 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. It's going to be a smaller unit of measurement, so 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left. 0.01350 grams. In practice, the only prefixes that are really used in this portion, there are of course larger prefixes than kilo and smaller prefixes than milli. I recommend you look that up yourself. Like just look up the SI system of measurements and look up larger and smaller prefixes. But the most common for this one is going to be the kilo. So this one here, the milli, all the way down here. And then the centi for distance. Centimeters is on par with an inch. It's kind of close to that. So those are used for distances. But the rest of them really aren't used. Hecto, deca, deci, they're not really used very much. Of course, the ones, the meters, the liters, the grams, those are used commonly as well.